So, Coach, let's talk about the regional championship meet. Two in the top 10. What does it mean to be sending women's runners back for the second straight year? Lewis and Clark didn't have a women's runner at nationals from 2013 until 2022, and now to do it back-to-back years and to be sending two student athletes this fall.
It's exciting. It's always exciting to send anybody, and we've been able to do that every year that I've been here, and so it's nice that we're able to kind of create the expectation that Lewis and Clark will be represented at the national meet. It's really cool that Riley's been able to qualify 2 years in a row now. Sometimes you get lucky with talented athletes. They still got to put in the work. They still got to be responsive to what's asked of them, and she's done that, and it's paid off. Last year got a little sick right at the regional week, and we had to sit and wait to find out if she was going to make it, and fortunate enough that she did. This year she definitely took a little bit of that waiting game out of the question by placing sixth at regionals, and then right behind her Malia getting eighth. It's not a surprise that Malia is at the national meet, but it was a surprise that she was in the top 10. We knew she was capable of being here at the national meet. That's kind of been her goal throughout the year. It's really exciting that they're able to be here together. It's always more fun to be hanging out with a teammate than 3 or 4 days with just the coach. And the fact that they're high school teammates is just really sweet. Sweetens the experience for them, that they've been able to be friends growing up through high school and on the same teams, and now kind of realize some of these special moments together.
Yeah, you've seen them, you put up huge numbers or huge times and marks in high school. How have you seen them progress the past 2 years? Obviously really talented runners, but maybe have they even surpassed some of your expectations for them early on in their careers, because they both still have a lot of time left here at Lewis and Clark?
Yeah, I mean, as a seasoned coach, you start to see things or pick up on things that people might be capable of. But what's been truly exciting about Riley in her case is that we saw great potential her freshman year. And then as she started to realize it, we really saw another level of great potential her sophomore year. She started to realize it, and that level just kind of keeps raising. She keeps achieving the things that we believe she's capable of doing, and that she is starting to realize she's capable of doing. And then as she does that, it just kind of opens up new doors, and there's so much possibility still ahead of her. With Malia, comes in with more of a speed power background, and she had a very good cross country season as a freshman, and we talked about options for developing as a mid distance or distance runner, but she really wanted to give the heptathlon a try last spring, and the 800 has kind of always been where she's been the strongest in high school on the track. So we put more emphasis into that in this summer. She said she had one of her best summers ever, and that really started showing off. We equally knew she was talented heading into cross country season, but it's been a real positive surprise that the talent she's had in the past for the speed power events is really blossoming as well as a distance runner and cross country runner, and I think she's really enjoying the success at all levels. Just she's a competitor, and she enjoys competing in anything she does, and it's really cool to see her growth. The love she has for this sport. We were talking about the race tomorrow, and a lot of people run with watches now. That's different than 10 years ago, and the watches automatically beep every mile, and I just said it might want to turn that off. And Malia mentioned that she used to look at the watch every mile when it beeped, and now she doesn't anymore. And I think that's a subtle sign that she's really engaged in the competition now, and she understands what she's capable of.
A big part of a week like this is not just racing for a national championship, racing for an All-American spot. It's also part of the student athlete experience. Yesterday, it looks like you landed in DC, but also got to experience a bit of that. How do you balance the focus on the race, the focus on competition, but also the fact that, as far as I can tell, this is the furthest east this program has gone for a national championship meet since joining the NCAA. And also the fact that this is a great opportunity to maybe see a different part of the country and compete with people you wouldn't necessarily see on a normal basis here on the West Coast.
Yeah, it's always a great experience to experience things, and we obviously want to make sure that we compete on the day, because that can leave some really bad memories for a lifetime if you do things that take away from what you'll accomplish on race day. But over the years, I've realized that the memories people have are much more related to the experiences outside the race. And when I think back to talking to athletes about, how stressed they might get for a race, I always ask them, do you think about the race, or do you think about a workout the night before a workout, or do you just show up and do the workout and you have really great workouts? And so to some degree, if we take some of that same mentality to what we do when we're on the road, we don't need to live, eat, breathe, sleep, for 3 straight days. You're at the Nationals, get ready. Like, let's, we landed in DC. You've never been to DC before. Let's do our shakeout around the Capitol Mall. Like, just go explore and enjoy checking out some of the things here. Then we'll find our way to, up towards the course. And today, or tomorrow, we're going to stop by a chocolate factory here. We're near Hershey, Pennsylvania. So just there's really cool experiences. Part of Lewis and Clark's allure is study abroad. It's a big piece of our school, and I think this is just another example of a way you can study abroad. When we've gone to regionals in LA, we've gone to Hollywood. When we go up to races in Seattle, we go to the Space Needle. We just try to take advantage of where you're at, because I've had the luxury of being able to travel a lot of places, and I think that it's important for people to have the breadth of experience of each area and each culture that you're in. I really wish we had a little more time here, because we're 30 minutes from Gettysburg, and it would be great to go experience some of that too.
So let's turn the focus to Saturday, to Newville, Pennsylvania. What's kind of the conversation like heading into this weekend? Last year it was absolutely freezing. This year, pretty similar temperatures, at least to Portland, none of the rain that we'll be seeing. But kind of what's the conversation, and how much easier is it even for you as a coach to have been doing this now for a couple of years in a row with Lewis and Clark, where maybe for Riley, it won't be seeing this for the first time, and for Malia, having someone who's seen it before may help her nerves a little bit. What's the focus for the three of you kind of going into Saturday?
Yeah, it's always about just focusing on what you can control. And last year was a pretty dramatic weather change, and as much as you try to say everyone's got to deal with it, it still was a dramatic enough shift that it's hard to completely dismiss that, when survival mode of your body literally kicks in because it's so cold. And that's different. This year, beautiful weather. The course is fantastic. There's quite a few hills on the course, and that's going to be a little easier for us to dismiss as an external factor. We'll game plan for parts of the race accordingly, but that's something that they feel confident that they've prepared for. Right next to campus, when we train on Tryon Creek State Park, it's a whole bunch of ups and downs and changes of rhythm, and that's what this course is going to be. It's definitely, as much as you try to say This is just another 6K. It's just another race. There's always an element of newness to the energy and excitement at a national meet. And so it's great that Riley's had, the experience of being here before. And, that there couldn't be a better mentor for Malia. Again, they've been friends for 4 years, or more than 4 years now, but they've been friends for a long time. They've raced together a lot. They've roomed together on the road a lot. So this makes it a little bit more of just another race for her from that perspective. But it's exciting that we're able to come here and have the plan to compete and have this to be become the regular thing. And while we were at the course, I heard Riley and Malia talking about how fun it would be to get a team here, and when we had brief conversation about what it would mean to get a team here and how close we could be next year. And I think those are the seeds that get planted within the team that hopefully keep building that excitement to get more and more people here regularly, and hopefully teams on a consistent basis.